TechView.com, Randall Bennett here with Eric Sandine, Ayaz Akhtar. We're talking CES. Yesterday we went to a really cool event called CES Unveiled, where lots of companies get together, they want to show off their wares, and among them, the highlights, Lenovo has a really cool changeable tablet. I don't even know how to describe it, it's so cool to me.
Okay, so
what's the deal, Ayaz?
we ran a video of this yesterday, or this morning, depending on what time zone you're in. Anyway, so it looks like a regular laptop. You open it up, and you can actually take the screen right off. Now, I know this sounds crazy, like you're just ripping the screen off, but it actually has another operating system, another processor running in the screen. Now, when you reconnect the device, it actually syncs up what you're doing. So if you were like in Mozilla Firefox on the tablet portion, it's going to go to Windows 7 once you reconnect it and then go to that site. So it's kind of a really cool idea.
It is just, I mean, we have the video. And you can watch Ayaz. He just like, it's very soft. Like you just pick it up and you're done, and then you put it back and you're back.
Because it goes into a housing, like if you see that red picture there, that's a housing that holds it nicely. Very nice and tight.
Cool stuff. Also, some of the other highlights, PowerMat's back. They're showing off the PowerMat batteries. Now, Eric, what's going on with these?
Okay, so the PowerMat batteries, the interesting thing about the PowerMat batteries is that the new batteries are actually going to be internal, which is much nicer than the old, the bulky ones that used to attach to the iPhone, which Ayaz has been ranting about for a while.
I like it.
There's also a new mat, which actually has a battery inside of it, so you can charge the mat, charge the device, and then if your device dies, you can recharge it from the mat wherever you are.
Yeah, and they also had it for the BlackBerry 9700, right. So the Bold 2, and they had it for the MyTouch. No added bulk, which I thought was just...
Yeah, internal batteries.
That's something I have. That's a huge problem I have with PowerMat in general. I actually got one for Christmas from my parents, and I thought it was the sketchiest gift, because it's $100, plus you have to buy $50 for each one. So it's still, it's still pricey though.
They have new, cheaper models. So instead of having 3 units charged on one device, they now have a small mat that has one, what do you call them? One charged unit, and then there's 2. So they're starting at like $39 now. So they're getting much cheaper, because that was one of the problems, was this ridiculous price.
Yeah. We're going to have Scott from PowerMat by tomorrow, and he's going to bring all this stuff by, show us on this table right here, so you can check back for that. Also, an ebook reader with a bit of two-face, as it were. It's the Entourage Edge. Now, it's an Android device on one side, e-ink display on the other. What's going on with this ebook
Well, this thing's actually really large. Okay, the e-ink display is 9.7 inches, and so is the Android device. The Android device works together with the e-ink, so when you're actually highlighting things on the, because you can actually highlight things in the e-ink, it's actually building an index on the Android side, which is pretty ridiculous.
I mean, it's pretty novel. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and
but there's some downsides though, right?
It was pretty sluggish. Okay, so you can actually make annotations on the e-ink, but you have to like switch modes, and then you have to switch modes to do actual highlighting and things.
Yeah.
It seems like with a firmware upgrade, probably be way better.
Yeah, and it's still kind of being developed.
But it's really promising.
What's you say it's very pricey?
$490.
That's pretty,
coming out in March.
But you got 2 screens. Like I can I can appreciate why it's expensive.
And it needs a lot of speed before it gets anywhere.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
If you watch our video, you'll see the interface in action.
Now, speaking of cool interfaces, the Pure Sensia, it's sort of like a Chumby without the cuteness, right?
It is a Chumby without the cuteness and slightly more apps. The Pure Sensia is a radio, which, as I was told by the guy who was there, is a radio for the Facebook and Twitter generation.
That's true. It's true. That's
what
he said.
It has over 1,000 stations. You know, mainly because it's internet radio, so you can do pretty much whatever you want with the thing. Open apps, Open SDK, Linux development environment, so you can pretty much do whatever the hell you want to for it.
But unlike the Chumby, when that launched, this actually has a rechargeable battery in it, so you can actually take it and move it. Now, the demo model we saw didn't have it. They go, we forgot the rechargeable battery.
But they're coming by with one.
They
better.
They're going
to come by our booth as well, so we'll be checking them out as well. DataWind and PopBox, let's go over those really quick. DataWind, go.
DataWind,
I think, Eric, you should cover DataWind.
All right, Eric, go for it.
The DataWind is a small, semi-useless plastic device. Anyway, it's a small netbook with, I think it was maybe a 6-inch screen.
Yeah,
6 or 7. Anyway, it comes with 30 hours of CDMA internet service. It's got Wi-Fi and stuff in it, but really a $200 device with 30 hours of service. If you want more CDMA internet, you're gonna have to pay an extra $10 unless you go off the Wi-Fi. It looked cheap, it looked clunky, and I still don't get the concept.
Yeah, well, it's definitely.
And you spoke to the VP of sales,
and he couldn't sell it to me.
Yeah, exactly. I want to sit down with them a little bit more, see what's going on. I think
they'll come by now.
They're going to be at some other press event.
Oh, okay.
So we'll check them out as well. PopBox is sort of like a desktop or a
It's a
set-top
boxy
box that sort of streams movies like Vudu or Boxy. I mean, what's the thing with Popbox?
Popbox, another media streamer for your living room. Pretty much that's what I can tell you about it. Little box, $129, pretty cheap. It has apps, so it's like everything else you've seen. It's the Boxy box, but it's $129, no hard drive installed, and they didn't have much things working. After.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
remote
it's another
didn't
media streamer. It's good to see that media streamers are continuing to sort of push forward. $129 is really the selling point there.
Yeah.
Pretty cheap.
I mean,
yeah,
that's pretty
great.
good. There's Western Digital has like a $79 one.
You could
They're
do
all
that.
sort of like in the same ballpark, so keep checking for those. Guys, sounds like we had a good time. We have 4 videos up from that press event. If you want to check those out, techv.com. You can click on the CES 10 link. It's weird to say that, CES 10 in the top navigation. Get all your videos there. I'm Randall Bennett. That's Isaac Akhtar. It's Eric Sandine, and we'll see you next time. Later.